So this is our second week in Texas. We left Illinois and made it here in Texas in just a little over a day. We got caught up in a really bad thunderstorm, so the first night we didn't make it very far at all, but we just basically did most of the trip in the second day. Don't ever do that if you have kids. Just take my word, don't ever do that. But it was a 12-hour drive altogether. So we made it in one piece. We are at a KOA that of course is provided by Amazon, and this KOA is different for sure. We just came from a KOA in Illinois, and that one was a little bit more lively and a lot more things to do, and I guess the people were nicer. Here it's very different, so we're not quite sure what to think about it, and we have possibly looked at other places to move to within like the Amazon Camper Force campgrounds. So I'm not sure if we're gonna stay here or not, just because people, when I say people, I mean the managers, and it's not just to us, it's to everyone. They just aren't very nice, and it's not very welcoming to have someone who is managing here and they're not very kind and welcoming to other campers. So there's that, and I'll give you a quick shot of the campground. It really is basically just huge. It is a huge campground full of just RVs. There's like trees planted, but they're not grown yet, so they're basically little twigs and bushes. But it is one of the biggest parks, the second biggest park we have ever been at. The first one was Jellystone. There is a pool over there, and then there's laundry and bathhouse and such. The pool's really nice, especially for hot days, but sometimes it's actually too hot to even go swimming. The temperatures here have been high 90s and like 100s. It's been pretty stinking brutal. I let the kids out one day, and they lasted a good 15-20 minutes before they both had really red faces and were like, "Mom, I don't want to be outside anymore." So for the majority of the time that we've been here in Texas, unfortunately, they have been inside the camper a lot. There have been places a couple towns over that we've taken them to. There's a Chick-fil-A, and Chick-fil-A has a playground inside, so we have taken them there and tried to make the best of the situation regarding the heat, and just try to be creative. When we're in Walmart, we let them play at the toy section a little longer than usual because they're stuck in the camper all day. So we did get to check out a church last Sunday. It was the weirdest experience. We checked out a First Assembly of God, and it is in the town that we're staying at, and it was on the list of churches that are local here, and so we decided to check it out. And it is this big church, like a nice sized church, and literally we walk in there and it's the pastor and 9 people sitting there listening to him preach. No kids. We were the youngest people there. It was super awkward, and at first we thought we had the wrong place because there were only 7 cars in the parking lot, and we're like, surely we missed service or something like that. So we go inside. Well, my husband goes inside and says, yeah, there's a sermon going on. So we walk in there with the boys, and it was just very weird, and we didn't stay. We basically were there for 1 minute, and it was just very awkward. I don't know why this church has this really big church and only 9 people attending. I have no idea how they're even keeping that church up. I'm just boggled. Anyways, we ended up going to a Baptist church that was down the street, only because we had just seen people walk in because we had gotten lost in the loop, and so we knew that their service had either just started or we were going to be just a bit late, so it would have been okay if we would have walked in. So we went there, and we are not Baptists. We are not really any denomination. We like non-denomination churches, but we walk in there and it's a decent church, and our kids loved it, and it was nice for the time that we were there. And with the stuff that we heard, the pastor was pretty right on with what we believe, so that was nice. I don't really know what we're gonna do for church this coming weekend, because like I said, we're not Baptists, and I don't really know if I want to go to a Baptist church or not. We did get a lot of stares, I know that. So anyways, there's that. Not much has been going on. It's just really hot here, and it's a different kind of hot than Illinois. Illinois is like humidity and very wet, moist air, and this is just, I don't know, killer heat. I mean, my kids' faces were red after like 15 minutes of playing outside, and it wasn't even heavy play. It was just, you know, chilling outside. So I don't know, it's a different kind of heat that I don't want my kids to be in, nor do they want to be in. And there's basically no one out of their RVs during the day at all, and if you are out of your RV, you're like looked upon like you're crazy. So there's that. That's what's been going on. We made it safely here to Texas, and oh, I didn't make a video because before we left Illinois, but we actually we traveled from California to Illinois, and when we got to Illinois, we didn't have any money to get here to Texas, and we were just kind of hoping that we would eventually get enough money. We had less than 2 weeks to get the money to get here, and we didn't tell anyone about it because, I definitely didn't make a video about it because I have learned my lesson on making videos in the moment about our financial status, because a lot of you look at it as e-begging, or I don't know, whatever terms you guys use it for. So I basically will not make videos of our status in the situation. I'll make it afterwards, after we've made it through. But seriously, by the grace of God, we got the exact amount of money that we needed to get here to Texas 2 days before we had to leave. So, and I don't know what it is, but that's just how it's been. And every single situation, we just eventually get the money just right in the nick of time. And it is by grace, I guess, that we get it. So I'm really thankful for that, and we feel really fortunate that it happened like that. So we got the exact amount of money to get here, and then he basically started the day after we got here. So he had 1 full day to rest, and that was it. And then he started work, and last week was all half-day shifts so that he could like get acclimated, and then this next week is actual full shifts. So very fortunate to be here, and very thankful we made it here safely, and just dealing with life and the heat, honestly, is very hot. And I don't know, trying to get creative with things to do inside of the RV. I feel really bad. Our RV has been running this entire time. Just quick question to anyone who may know. We're wanting to put a rack on the back of our RV to carry, hopefully, a generator that we want to buy and some other stuff, but this is what we have right now. We've just got the ball, and even this, I think, was added by the previous owner, so that was custom by him. and then because he pulled a trailer, so he had that. But I want to put an actual rack on here, and you need one of those like square hitches. I'm sorry, I don't know the terminology, like 2-inch hitch or something like that. So do I need to have someone weld that on there, because what I'm going to be carrying is going to be pretty heavy altogether. And I've looked at those ones that you can just attach around the bumper, but it only holds a certain amount of weight, and it's basically recommended for light items or bicycles. And I would like to have heavier stuff than that. So do I really need to have something welded onto here, or is there another alternative to putting a square hitch on here? So let me know if any of you guys have had experience with that, or have any recommendations for us to possibly do for that. So we would like to get all the stuff out of the back of the truck and onto the back of the trailer. So, and I would like to put my bike up on the ladder, so we'll see how that goes. So that'll be fun. Anyways, that's all I got for right now. This is just an update. So thank you guys so much. And I do actually have, hopefully, a couple of really awesome interviews coming up. I have made friends with these guys right here, and I don't know if you can see these guys, and seriously, never in my life have I met a more humble, loving, caring family in my life, I don't think. So they're amazing, and they have a story to tell for sure. And also, oddly met, I was out jogging / walking in the dead of the heat and almost passed out. Sorry. And I got recognized by some other Amazon campers from my YouTube, and they have been doing this for quite some time. So hopefully I'll get an interview with them, because just in the brief, well, it wasn't really brief, it was a few hours conversation that I had with her anyways, she had some really, really amazing tips, and I was pretty impressed with the stuff that they have done with theirs, tip-wise, and just really cool stuff. So hopefully I'll have those two people on here so you can see how other people live and get tips from them, and hopefully it'll be really cool. But that's all I got for right now, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.